Hello and welcome to iFowl and Croeso Llanystumdwy, Wrexham. Visiting Llanystumdwy here for the first round of the Bute Energy Cup. I'm Mark Griffiths and I'm absolutely delighted to bring you this game. I've been looking forward to this. This is a village that I've been to before. It's one of the most beautiful parts of northwest Wales, and this is exactly what cup competition is about. Llanystumdwy with a chance to bloody the nose of a top division side, and it's a chance they will really look to take advantage of. The pitch, I've got to say first off, the pitch is absolutely superb. I mean, considering the battering it's been taking, and I was told that this morning at about 9 o'clock when they came down to check on it, it was absolute downpour. A downpour which went east, and we drove along the A55 and hit it, and at that point I was thinking this was going to be a wasted journey, in all honesty. But here we are. The pitch is superb. It's actually quite warm. I've not got my coat on. Just re-establishing my North Walian credentials. No coat commentary here. And as well, I mean, the wind is up. There is a yellow weather warning as well in this area. But yeah, it's windy. It's not crazy, quite frankly. So really looking forward to this. So Llanystumdwy, it's a picturesque stadium, or pitch, should I say. There's no stands, but beautiful view of the village church. Right behind where I am on the sides of the pitch, there's a river, and behind that is something I'll talk about more at half-time, the grave of David Lloyd George, the only Welsh Prime Minister. It's a historic place, a beautiful place, and it's a lovely afternoon here for a game of football. Let's have a look at those teams then. Wrexham rotates, but having said that, we haven't got the strength and depth of the men's team, so that rotation means that all the players starting today are familiar and have been in league action, with the exception of the keeper, Del Morgan. She makes her first start of the season. Lizzie Craven drops down to the bench. Now then, we have such flexibility. This is my take on the shape we'll have, but it could alter. To me, it's a back three: Nat Clark, Katie Sharp and Erin Lovis at the back. The wing backs, Rebecca Pritchard and Amber Lightfoot. Three in midfield: Brooke Cairns, Mary Gibbard, and anchoring them, Liv Fuller. And then up front, Cara Jones and Ava Suckley. On the bench for Wrexham, 5 players that you would describe as first team regulars in Craven: Phoebe Davis, who again will hope to get a few more minutes on a return from injury, Karen Allen, Abby Iddenden and Rosie Hughes. A couple of very potent strikers to bring on if required, if the game isn't going our way. Llanystumdwy, well, they've only actually played one home game so far this season, and it's something of a disadvantage, of course, for them. There aren't that many teams in their league. They played cup games, though, and their results have generally been going well, so they're getting into some good form. They were only formed 4 years ago, but 2 years ago they did beat a second-tier club in this competition, so they should not be underestimated by any stretch of the imagination. It'll be interesting to see what they've got up their sleeves. Sarah Povey in goal for them, saved 2 penalties against NFA, the second-tier team that they beat 2 years ago. There's a lot of positive things being said about Heled Savage, the centre-back, and Annette Roberts in midfield, 2 very young prospects who are hoping to make a move higher up the pyramid. As the skipper's shaking hands now, Del Morgan has the captain's armband back. Just trying to work out which direction the wind's blowing. I thought it was blowing in the direction Wrexham are going to kick, but actually it's sort of swirling around a bit. It is quite a strong wind, not as strong as I feared when we were making the journey down, or when we saw those yellow weather warnings, but nonetheless, yeah, it's still very, very blustery for a footy match. Just quickly to say, there's no reception here. Now, our broadcasting partners 24/7 are unbelievably good, and they cover all the women's games, and they have really pulled out the stops, but it is likely there could be some dropouts as the game goes on. It's just inevitable when you're in somewhere that hasn't got reception, because there's 0 reception for phones or anything like that. Here's Nat Clark now. Cara Jones, that's a cute idea, looking for Cairns. Challenge comes in from Savage. Ball back in the box at the keeper. Lacey can get an early touch off. Remember, you can use your the hashtag ASKWXM, because 24/7 are generously letting me get onto their fancy satellite setup, so I've got some reception. For any questions, we'll have a look at those in a bit. And as Cairns does well again, free kick. Morgan Price it is who catches her. So Fuller's on it. Yeah, you can get in touch using that for anything you want, and at half time we'll have a good chin wag about whatever comes up. Wrexham looking to build. Bit of a dip in the middle of the pitch is the only real awkward thing about this playing surface. Clark, that's clever. Good interception though. Picks up again though. Cairns. Can Pritchard deliver? She wins the corner. It's good covering run by Ephraim to get back there. Pritchard, of course, is so good in terms of delivery from those wide positions, and Ephraim did really well to get back at it. Cara Jones offers the short one. Llanystumdwy have everyone back defending it. That's into a nasty area. And Llanystumdwy do well to get that clear. Can they break? Pritchard. Unlucky. Can't keep it in. So here's Erin Lovett now. Wrexham dominating possession. Sharp. Pritchard's got out wide to stretch the pitch again. Clark. That's a nice idea. Will it hold up in the grass? Yes, it will. Suckley's got there. Again, good defending. Matthews got across well. I noticed that our goalkeeping coach, Dave Williams, is one of the linesmen. He'll be gutted at that because he likes being fourth official, messing around with that substitutions board. But he's got the flag in his hand. And I assume from where he's standing, which is only about 40 yards out from Wrexham's goal, that the ref said that he's going to make the offside decisions. So, it's a flat one. Cara Jones now. Oh, into the goal now. Suckley. Did that get a touch off a defender? No. It's a presentable chance then for Suckley early on. Two minutes into the game. And Eva Suckley may feel that after a dominant start, she could have given Wrexham the lead there. Here's Pritchard again. Jones, nicely done. Speaks Ephraim. Now, can she deliver? Wynn took that. Nice work in the setup though, wasn't it? Cara Jones, of course, is absolutely sensational last season when she came into us. She had a slow start to this season, but the last two games we've seen her picking up that form. The setup is, as I thought, the two up front, Suckley and Jones. Fuller in a three with Gibbons and Jones and Cairns rather. Fuller's come across to the right here because they saw where that last goal kick went, and they're going to put Fuller in with her central defensive qualities. But it bypasses it. Cairns. Ephraim will have to deal with this and does well to get rid of it. Pritchard quickly in. Clark. It's Katie Sharp now. Lovett offers. Lightfoot wide. With the wind as it is, a more conservative pass is more wise, and Suckley's done well there to palm it off, and there's neat passing patterns. Gibbard turns. Expansive ball looking for Pritchard. Hasn't quite found her, has it? No. Yes, it's tricky. The won't you go give any air to the ball. There's a danger it's going to get blown off course. So Fuller's up there again to challenge. Again, it bypasses her. Cairns brings that down well. Early balls on. Suckley looks to help her on swiftly. Lightfoot now. Lots of bodies on the edge of the box. Suckley again just dropping off. Nicely done. Pritchard again though is not going to reach that. Again, I think just need that extra pass in our build-up play at the moment. Playing with the winds, like I said, blustery but chiefly behind us. For me, I think we just need to get that ball out wide in one more stage than we're currently attempting. So goal kick again. And again Cairns is there. Clark, that's a good ball. Cairns now. Pritchard in support, staying tight, that's good. Take by Jones as well. Suckley is onside, can she finish? Yes. Oh, no she can't. Wow. Well, it was a heck of an opportunity. Lacey did well to be alert and not knock it into the net herself. That's good work again by Cairns. She's looking very lively early on. Pritchard now. Jones is available. Tries to get back in and make that turn again, but Ephraim won't let her. Morgan Price looking out wide. Pritchard dispossessed her. Sharp lifting that. That's a good ball to Pritchard, who does well to bring it down for Clark. This is nice. Jones has space to turn if she wants to. Suckley. Fuller now. And Erin Lovett joining in. You see the wind there affecting that. Lightfoot can't quite keep it in. That's how strong it is. I felt worse though, to be honest. But certainly not hurting Wrexham as they dominate these opening stages, having that strong wind behind them. Trouble is, they've overhit a couple of passes with that support. He's Lovett losing out in midfield. Jones unlucky though. Lovett got back well. It's a good switch by Clark. Space on the left hand side. Lovett. Plays an ambitious one, and Lightfoot can't quite bring it down neatly. She can win the throw though. Here's Lightfoot's. It's crowded on the edge of that area. No nonsense clearance by Matthews. Pritchard immediately giving width. Clark might look for her, but she's put under pressure by that pass. And that again is overhit, and Wrexham need to work a bit more on that final pass. Apart, of course, from that lovely little move where either Suckley really should have scored, in all honesty. Cara Jones with the spin. Suckley one-on-one, hitting the inside of the post, and the keeper being alert enough to grab hold of it. Lacey. Lily Jones is up here, not on the bench though. I know what she'd be thinking, with the wind behind her. Shoot, shoot from distance, shoot from anywhere. She'd have loved this situation. Here's Gibbard now trying to challenge in midfield, and again, Ephraim's done well to come across to get to that. She's made some good interventions already. That's good work by Lightfoot though. Can she get away? Didn't get the pass right. It's another sensible clearance into touch by Morris Bannister. My dad used to drive a Morris Bannister. Love it now. Here's Cara Jones. She'll have to fight for it herself, and the wind doesn't help, but Matthews got a touch, goes behind for the corner. Llanystumdwy are really working hard in that penalty area, got to say. They've repelled a lot of passes in already. Ooh, it's got a lot of height on it, too much height on it. Another opportunity comes to nothing. Lisa's sorted. We can get going again. Give us some shout out. Oh, that's a very harsh call, that is, for me. Hit her from about a foot away and hit her shoulder more than an arm, but Harrod Perry is penalised. Cairns then with the free kick. As we've seen already, she needs to take a bit off this with the wind blowing behind her. Wrexham haven't quite adjusted to that yet. Cairns, I think, looks to do so, but pulls at a touch. Good defending. Love it. Good idea, and the grass will keep that in. Cairns. That's good defending by Pugh. Great work by Pugh. Throw taken quickly. Jones shouting for handball there. doesn't get the call. Jones again, putting it in the danger area. The wind makes it awkward. There's a chance, and Lightfoot scores. Defender couldn't get it properly clear. Lightfoot kept calm. Good contact on that and a half volley. As it drops down, even from a not much of a height, you still got to keep your concentration there, haven't you? And make sure you make a proper contact with it. And this wind messing it around, and Lightfoot did well. Kept trying the ball. And a pretty straightforward finish. So 12 minutes gone. Manager Sean Perry's not happy, asking if anyone shouted for it, but he's told quite firmly by Savage, yeah. It's just a bit of a misheader. These things happen. Now here's Pritchard. Good challenge. Pritchard's getting a lot of the balls. Good run ahead of her by Cara Jones, so she's got two players to beat, and we'll be happy that Roberts concedes the throw in the end. Clark to take. Clark on the throw. And Ephraim's working hard here, denying Wrexham any chance to make progress down that flank. Here's Clark now. Lovett. Lightfoot wants the early service, and Lovett doesn't manage it. Sharp. Pritchard always stretching play. Nice ball. Cairns. Pritchard's making the run in behind. No flag. It's a neat little pass by Cairns. And it's gone out of play again. Is Lightfoot coming narrow? Cara Jones has been threatening already so much. Gibbard looking to play the killer ball, doesn't get it right. Cairns once more. Jones, Suckley's made a nice run. Matthews did well to stick on it and make that pass impossible. Nasty ball in by Lightfoot, and Lacey has to stretch and does well to put it behind. Like I say, the wind is going to make it easy to overhit the ball, but by the same token, it could be a nightmare when the ball is in the air for goalkeepers, defenders alike. And that was nasty. Lacey managed to claw it behind. Corner. Comes to naught. The skipper Matthew should be getting good distance on these goal kicks, but they always seem to find a way to brook Cairns somehow. Let's see if this one does. Again, Fuller's come across, and nearly came to Cairns. It might come to me. Through to action. Matt Clark quickly getting it back to Sharp. You just love it now. Again, Lightfoot and Pritchard are stretching the pitch, but the option to go to Lightfoot is cut off, so Wrexham go the other way. Fuller looking to make play from the back. Cairns. Llanystumdwy working hard, going side to side, and nearly a mix-up there. Good foot in by Cara Jones, typical tenacity by her, but Llanystumdwy are working hard here. Sharp. Clark's made an interesting run down to make an overload on the right, and Fuller has told Sharp she's there, and Sharp of course has got a good range of passing, and Clark is here now. Nice touch by Suckley. Puts the pass behind Lovett, has the stretch to keep it in. Sharp. This game compressed into a 30-yard space. Clark again. Neatly done. Cairns at the sight of goal here, and the keeper manages to get something on it. Important save. Drive from Cairns, good idea. Defenders backed off it. Quick throw. Cairns. Ephraim caught out by Pritchard. Good defending again by Matthews. Corner. But yeah, that was a decent idea by Cairns, driving forwards, and she just couldn't get it beyond the keeper. Goal kick given, actually, beg your pardon.
That feature isn't available.
So Matthews will take this. Llanystumdwy, I've got to say, a nice village team setup, and they're looking to build a new ground just down the road as Gibbers gets the ball clear. They've flattened it out partly, the pitch. They want to build a pitch a bit further, just to the behind the goal that they're defending at the moment. They're very keen on any support they can get. They, FAW give grants out, they're very keen to get that, so we've got to wish them all the best in that. Here's Gibbard. Cheeky bit of anticipation by Pugh, but she's managed to find Cara Jones, who looks purposeful. Unlucky. Good aggressive work by Cara Jones there. Can't work the keeper though. Wrexham well on top of this though. It's a powerful shot by Cara Jones. Yeah, keep your ask Wrexham questions coming in. Standing on the side of the pitch, it's not that easy to check them, but I'll have a quick look. That's good work by Gibbers. Eva Jones, the striker's not up there. Pritchard's putting pressure on well though. That's good work by Pritchard. Wins the throw. Lovett couldn't quite keep it in. She looks annoyed at the referee, and then realises it's a goalkeeping coach who gave the decision and gives him a bit of a glare. I always thought Dave Williams was trying to destroy us from the inside. So throw. The wind suddenly gets up. Our gantry squeaks worryingly. I'm downwind of the gantry despite my pre-match plan to be upwind of it, so feeling a bit nervous now. That's a nice idea, and Suckley might be able to bring that down still. That's good play. Needs to find support, looking for Pritchard, and again Pritchard's chasing a lost cause as the ball is overhit. They will hold that up though, Suckley. Yeah, years ago, I'm saying, I think it was the 2003 promotion season. I was commentating the men at Kidderminster, and there was a gantry, luckily with no one on it, on the side of the pitch, and the wind blew it down. The stand had been demolished at Kidderminster, so it was open to the elements, and the gantry came down, big metal one, on the pitch. Lovett needs to get there, does well. And yeah, luckily as well, the player was on the side of the pitch I was on, so nobody was hurt on the pitch. And we then had 20 minutes to fill while they cleared all the debris off the pitch. It was a proper test for Andy Parkinson and I. We managed to bluff our way through it. It's good work by Gibbers. Yeah, we booked through it partly through us using a lady sitting in front of us. She seemed to think, too much on that. She seemed to think that we were talking to her, not commentating. And so we decided to use her as a resource and interviewed her about Kidderminster season. And she just thought she was having a nice chat with the two lovely young men sitting behind her. Young men. Shows how long ago that was. Sharp will be there for that. Clark, that's a great ball. Cara Jones sprints onto it. Pritchard's gone inside. No one else really burst into the gut to get in the middle. It's a horrible ball then. And Lightfoot's got a chance. That's a big shout for handball. It's a proper scramble. Jones will be able to, well, she doesn't get it away. Clark now. Can't quite get that. It's good work. Learns out a pitch in the end. There's a player injured, a defender injured in the Llanystumdwy box, so play will be stopped. But wow, that was good work by Pritchard. But I couldn't help noticing that sorry, beg your pardon, it was Cara Jones who put the ball in. Pritchard made a great burst into the goal mouth, cutting inside her, but none of the other players at the far post were really sprinting to get into that box, and when you saw the quality that she put in, it caused so much problem. Somebody needed to, didn't they? So 1-0, approaching the halfway point in the first half. But yeah, Wrexham certainly well on top. Thing is that we just need to get a few more, get into that comfort zone. You never know quite how much the wind is affecting things. So the injury is sorted, and here goes Clark finding Fuller in midfield. Love it. Suckley once more just dropping off to find space. The Llanystumdwy are happy to do that, happy to allow that. Clark, Fuller chipping it into the goal mouth, not enough on that. Lacey's ball. Good contact on that, but see the wind stopping it. And now here's Cara Jones. Pritchard again available. It's a lovely pass. Pritchard, left foot inside to Brooke Cairns. Cairns can deliver. Cara Jones loops it out. Somehow not gone in. Good approach play down the flank, and Jones didn't get the best contact on it, but it was looping into the bottom corner, it looked like. It was repelled. Here's Sharp now. That's a nice pass. Pritchard looking to get a turn in, and Efren did well to get tight and forced a heavy second touch. Still Wrexham having to work hard to get that second goal, which would give them that breathing space. It's unlucky. Clark will take the throw again. Fuller. Clark finds space for Sharp now. Is Gibbard given time to turn? Lightfoot's always available wide. Sharp now has a chance to come forwards. Has a pop at goal. Doesn't get on target. So the wind's behind her, and I'm sure that tempted her. So another goal kick, and another chance for Matthews to come across and just slow things down a little bit. So they're having to really fight for their lives, aren't they? Llanystumdwy, and they are doing so, and they're doing so well. Gibbard gets the touch, and I will chase it. That's a good foot in. And Pugh now maybe can use it, but knocked her a bit early, didn't she? Morgan. Clark. Allowed to carry it forwards quite a long way. She looks for Suckley. Matt intercepted, but here comes Gibbard. Lightfoot in space. First time. Doesn't hit the target again. And I think Wrexham will feel this is feeling a little bit familiar. You know, we played well in most of all but one of our league games this season, but we haven't really got that ruthless touch. And here we're again really spending a lot of time in the Llanystumdwy's penalty area, but we're not getting off enough shots on target. And that's got to be a concern. Suckley with the interception. Now that will call finally nicely for Jones, who drives forwards. Terrific noise encouraging her from the bench. Good work by Fuller. Not a good player Fuller is, but it was a nice burst through the middle. Yeah, Alice Roberts made that run, like I said, it's highly thought of. She's only 16, but she's got some ability. Clark feeds it just beyond her, but just beyond Cara Jones as well. And now another chance maybe for Pritchard if she can keep it in. Lightfoot's recovered well. Sharp. Spencer were looking for Pritchard again, over hits. It's a lovely idea, but like I say, I think a bit more patient build up in this wind is probably a better idea. It was interesting chatting to a few of the families of the Llanystumdwy team, and they were suggesting they're a little bit nervous. You're facing a top division side. Well, they're doing very well, and knowing the wind's going to maybe help them a bit in the second half, they surely will be gaining a bit more confidence. They haven't played like they're nervous, frankly. Bute as well to try and turn, but Fuller so in control of those situations. Bute continues to chase, but it's a forlorn hope. Or is it? Oh, she's done very well there now. Only Pugh is up alongside Roberts, who can't find it. Fuller just used their body to get squeeze her there. Pritchard, that's a good challenge though by Ephraim now. Unlocked long and foul given against Pritchard. Not sure I can see why, but Marissa's kick in the back. He says touch charge, but a chance for Llanystumdwy to get the ball up into a dangerous area. Matthews will be to take it. It wasn't the worst area that actually, but there was no movement inside the wide player. Gibbons with a header. Now Cairns can turn and run. He's got two players running at the defensive line. Looks for the killer ball. Suckley's done well to make a 50-50 out of that and win it. Suckley now pulls it back inside nicely. Fuller. Clark, bit of time to decide what he's going to do. Into the feet of Jones, who tries that little drag back again and takes her eye off the ball, throw in. And Clark's been a good source of service down the right hand side. She's been able to get forwards and has used that ball well. Here's Sharp now. Love it, good ball, thread between the lines. Gibbers has a chance to play something decisive, but she can't find Lightfoot. Wrexham dominant, but not making enough chances. Sharp. Well, this wasn't meant for Suckley, but she's nearly got through. Oh, scrappy little incident on the edge of the box. Pritchard now, tackled well. Lightfoot, that's a good ball. Suckley's done well to bring it down. Again, it doesn't end in a shot on goal. Now Fuller's rushing to get back and Pugh can't get past her. Cairns again finds herself some space. She's been our best passer with the ball so far. Has she carried this too far? Yes, ran into trouble rather. It's very crowded if you try and go at the centre of Llanystumdwy's defence. Clark, that's a nice idea. Important head. Lacey can't come for it though, and the defence in the end sort themselves out. Just about. It was Matthews who launched it out of play in the end. Cara Jones under hits for Pritchard. Good strength by Pritchard and a good change of direction too. That's good work. She wins the corner, does she? It's definitely a corner now. Jones launching it away. So corner, right hand side. Again, everyone back defending. Ooh, again, too much on that. Oh, that's hit the flag. Has it stayed in? No, don't think so. No one's seen. Well, one player's gone across to get it. Everyone turned it back in it. I thought for a moment it stayed on the pitch. Now I'm excited to report there's a big dragon with a stick next to me. Oh, goodness me. He's a big lad. He looks like he must be at least 2, I think. And oh, it's a little. He's offered to share the stick. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. We didn't get that sort of hospitality at Rotherham United yesterday. Well done, you. Oh, that's cool. That is. I've made a friend. I'm happy now. Don't care how the game goes. Here's that goal kick again. Do well to keep that in. Cairns can't find a teammate. Sharp. Here's Lovett. She's allowed to come inside. That's not the worst idea. And Wrexham gets a second ball, but Gibbard's pass lacks strength. Need a bit more snap in the final third for my money. Here's Fuller with a bit of space. That's threatening, and she will take on the shots. And she made sure she kept it down as well, aware of the danger of overhitting it in the wind. Lacey did well to get across. Early ball in, Fuller's there. I think that came off Suckley last as he was trying to get a touch on it. We played over half an hour now. Llanystumdwy will be very pleased, I'm sure. Ruby Slippers on Ask Wrexham says the weather app says the wind is 35 miles an hour here. Yeah, I reckon it's probably breaking the speed limit. In Wales the winds can't get up above 20 usually without getting a ticket. So Gibbard getting up well. Sharp. Second bite at it. I mean, that early instinctive ball out wide can work because Lightfoot and Bridges stretch the game so much. Suckley again runs into that crowded centre of the pitch and concedes a free kick. Janice means Wrexham fan from Chicago is checking in on Ask Wrexham. I'll just get that in a second. So the wind caused a problem there for Sharp, and Jones just beaten to it. Just alert defending. Here's Clark. A little bit of rotation in front of her as Cara Jones drops off and Cairns goes into the hole. But Llanystumdwy have been good at reducing space in these areas of the pitch, haven't they? And they forced a wild pass there. Thrown to Wrexham. Yeah, Janice says before they saw my posts, husband danced over just in someone's backyard. I had the same experience here in Chicagoland, and my daughter's games were in Chicago. Oh, the ball's played in too long. Got no parking. Just get out and walk. Yes, that's absolutely right. It's a beautiful place there. It's a lovely, lovely place. But I haven't posted, I think, yet because I didn't get reception for a while. I got a video of me actually making my way down to the ground, which shows the really narrow track you have to go down. And the problem was working out whether you can drive down there and park or not. I didn't ram chances. Neither did the team coach, but they weren't too sure. There's nothing around the side of the pitch except for a refreshments hut and the teams change in the local village hall. It's quite a sight seeing all Wrexham players march down that path. It's not too far away, don't worry, they'll get a proper half time. Now then, Fuller, for once Llanystumdwy are dropped off in midfield, and Fuller may have another go here. She does. Oh yes, that's a hell of a goal. Well, it's her first goal for Wrexham. She's been driving good shots from distance since she arrived at the club, but that was perfect. And you can just see a couple of players have tried long range shots knowing the wind's behind them. They've hit them knowing that, and they've overhit them and they've been flying over the bar. But Fuller's had two long range shots. The first one, she got too close to the keeper, but she was really trying to get the pace off that ball, wasn't she? She's trying to make sure she keeps it low and doesn't allow it to just drift up in the air. The first one, Lacey did well to get across to, but there was no stopping that. I mean, that was a rocket, wasn't it? Brilliant strike. And Wrexham have got that breathing space. Great goal. Like I say, Fuller's first for the club. And Wrexham have it back now. Gibbard, Clark wants it. Fuller again, they're backing off it. Good tackle. Clark, good controlled pass. Fuller again. Rolls it down the channel. Suckley in a race. Lacey's done well to get there first, put it behind. I've got to say, that goal then, and what just happened in that last attack, things I wouldn't want to see from Llanystumdwy's point of view, in that they have defended. Oh yeah, let's look at this corner. Fuller's done well to make that hers. Gibbard to the far post, too much for Sharp. Lightfoot tries to keep her alive and can't. Yeah, although they've defended quite deep, their midfield haven't trod on the defensive toes, and that's made it really difficult for Wrexham in midfield just to thread their way through. But for the goal, they dropped off and allowed Fuller to carry it forwards a long way and set herself for the shot. And in that immediate move straight after the kickoff, similar thing. Fuller found herself in a lot of space. They don't want their midfield to drop off. They've got to try and keep competing for those second balls in the middle of the pitch. Otherwise, they could get into real trouble. As Suckley has caught Matthews late. Don't think it was malicious at all, but it hurt. Physios have to come on. Yeah, Suckley was apologising immediately. But that could easily be a card, couldn't it? Let's have a little look at Wrexham. Wrexham's also sending physio out to have a look. Yeah, that 35 miles an hour feels fair enough. Yeah, Wrexham all the way. Thank you for acknowledging that I'm the king of no-quote commentary and for drawing on me the crown that I normally wear anyway.
Oh, I love
So,
that.
yeah, no quote commentary. Yeah, Ben, my camera sidekick here. Yeah, and you can confirm I'm still not wearing a coat.
He's still not wearing a coat, no.
I am the master. Well, let's have a look. I'm glad Ruby Slipper's got the speed limit gag. I'm glad after she gave us the wind. Yes. Nick Matthews says, show us the dragon. Well, he's a little lad standing next to me, and let's be honest, I haven't got permission from the parents, so I don't think I'm going to. He's currently lying on the floor, and if I was his age at a football match, I'd be doing exactly the same thing. Yes, Ruby Slippers also said there's a cool triple bell tower in the background. Yeah, it's a beautiful, beautiful church there. And like I said, right behind us is David Lloyd George's grave, which is also a beautiful structure. Built by Clough Ellis, the guy who built Port Marion, the really lovely Italian village just by Porthmadog. And that is an amazing place to visit. But the tomb of, the grave of Lloyd George, which, you know, as the crow flies, is like 30 yards behind me over the river, is a beautiful thing. Lloyd George, the only ever Welsh Prime Minister. If I can't get onto the old extra Ask Wrexham at half time, I may give you a long history lesson, but it's a beautiful stone structure, and in the middle of it is a big mossy boulder that, you know, the myth would have it. I think we like myths too much in North Wales. Well, not too much, but yeah, I'm slightly doubtful whether it's actually true or not. It's supposed to be the boulder that as a young lad he would sit on and ponder by the river. I don't know. He picked the spot for it to go, so well, maybe there is something in it. But we do like storytelling in Wales, don't we? North Walian storytelling's a bit of a thing. I can't deny it. Yeah, Ruby Slipper saying that charms look painful. Yeah, accidental, but painful certainly. John Craig says he loves a pitch with some topography too. Yeah, there's a bit of a hollow in the middle, which again it shows just how well they've done to get this pitch looking so good. I mean, it's terrific. It's getting absolutely pounded on this morning, and it's playing beautifully. So yeah, absolutely fair play. Yeah, Ruby Slipper's saying about the scary miss with the gantry. And yes, that is that was incredible at Kidderminster. I mean, it could have been terrible. They'd knocked down the stand, so the winds were just blowing straight across the pitch. There's a steam train that goes behind where the stand is in Kidderminster, and that's quite cool because you could see it going. So you could you could watch the train going past. But yeah, gust of wind, and the scaffolding came down. Very lucky the game was on the other side of the pitch from where it fell. Very lucky. Ours looks pretty sturdy. As I look up at our endangered camera woman. Yeah, it looks alright. But that gust that we had was a bit scary. Ruby Slippers says that mileage she gave is 4 miles short of a tropical storm. It's not tropical here, I'm going to tell you that for nothing. But yeah. Mind you, it's warmish. Yeah, but it's a decent wind blowing towards Llanystumdwy's goal roughly. Llanystumdwy players have had quite a sort of inquest with their coaching team. As yeah, oh, that's good to see. I think it was Matthews who got the knock, but she's up, and we're giving some feedback on how the injury was, but she's up and standing. That's good. And looks like she's carrying on too. Oh, it's great to see. So we'll have a good chunk of added time onto this half. And understandably, Matthews isn't going to take this free kick. Oh, it's missed it though. That little touch just stopped Cairns from running onto it. Here's Clark now. Snappy. One touch, bangs it inside. That's what you see Wrexham doing, moving that ball quickly. Especially if Llanystumdwy are stepping up more in midfield, which they appear to be actually. Ball fed into Suckley. Good turn. Is she fouled? Yes. The referee tries to let play go on, but it's so crowded in the middle there. Not going to happen. So Casey Sharp on the free kick. Cairns wants to take her off it, maybe thinking with Sharp's eye for the spectacular she might go for goal. So here's Cairns now. It's very straight. It may well be a place for a position for a shot, although the centre backs are up. Three-player wall for Llanystumdwy. Cairns does dink it in nastily. Keeper's got a touch on it. Gibbons. Sharp. Oh, well, that could have ricocheted anywhere off Cara Jones, couldn't it? Danger from Cairns' free kick. And love it. Needed to make that pass as she was put under pressure. Did well. Clark. Suckley. Oh, just took a bobble in front of her. It's unlucky. Wrexham looking to keep the ball moving. Sharp. Fuller to Clark. Good weight on that first time pass. Pritchard. Good defending. Ephraim again coming across. Matthews that time coming across well. Getting the challenge in. Suckley unlucky. Covered well by Matthews. It's Cairns. Clark getting the challenge in. Ephraim only clearing as far as Cairns. Fuller might hit it again. Tries a little reverse pass inside. Nobody read that. Here's Clark. Good ball out from the back by Sharp. Lightfoot's touch doesn't quite right. Love it now. Can square this. Good vision. Does so. Fuller could have another pop if she wants to. They're backing off her again. Good ball out to Pritchard. 2 men on it. Again, defending that 6-yard box tenaciously. Suckley. Oh, it's nice work. Gets past Ephraim. Pugh on the cover. Suckley still going. Oh, shot comes in. Suckley is there. How's that hit the bar? Wow. Cairns' shot wasn't that well hit, and then wow, Suckley somehow hit the bar when it looked easy to score. Not a day yes in front of goal, Suckley. Remember in this stage last season at Pwllheli, it's not that far away from here, she scored 6. That ball in could fall kindly for her and doesn't quite. Just couldn't quite read the bounce. If she got any meaningful touch on that, I don't think Lacey would have had a chance, to be fair. Chances starting to pile up. Wrexham have 2 goals here. 2 up for Llanystumdwy. Love it. That's lucky. Lacey will have to be sharp to get there, and is. Now Pugh's rather isolated there. She'll keep chasing. Love it all. There comfortably. And then Fuller switching well. Pritchard with a chance to actually have a run. Feet in early, good ball. Suckley now. Oh, good defending. Suckley gets a tackle in, but yeah, Matthews did well there, didn't she? Love it. Getting the ball forwards quickly. Lightfoot. So before the defence can get their shape, what can Lightfoot do? It's a typical driving run inside. Good block that though by Jones. Good work by Cara Jones, running back to retrieve. Love it. Cairns. Jones. Pitches an acres of space. Jones tries the shot instead. Too straight, but worth the go. Yeah, Natasha Matthews, just despite that knock, and just looking at it, well, she's still doesn't look quite right, but she's been excellent at the back for Llanystumdwy. Gibbard nice, just easing a player off the ball. Fuller driving forwards. Ambitious pass for Pritchard again, though. Yeah, she's putting a lot of steps, Pritchard, chasing after overhit passes, isn't she? So another goal kick. Oh, Suckley, good header. Savage away. Is Fuller driving through the middle again. Good ball to Jones, back to Fuller. Good vision by Fuller. Suckley now. Has she won another corner? Yes, she... No, she hasn't. Goal kick. I've got to say, after Ruby Slippers proclaimed me the king of no-coats commentary, I've got to say the dragon next to me, he shed his dragon onesie. That's a brave lad. That's very impressive, that. Just a sweater now. The king of no-coat spectating, I reckon. Well done, mate. Well done. Thumbs up to you. Now here come Wrexham. Gibbard to Cara Jones on the edge area. Gibbard gets it again. Slides in the through ball. A good save. Oh, and a great block as Suckley tried to slam in the rebound. Cairns it was with the first effort. And great defending off Suckley. Corner. Sitting quickly, and Lightfoot gets there. Nobody can get the touch on that. Miss-hit shot. Lightfoot chasing to keep it in and can't manage it. Yeah, another opportunity. Good keeping by Lacey. Cairns had a real chance there. And great block from the follow-up shot, wasn't it? Absolutely superb. Because Suckley smashed it. Absolutely smashed it. But it was blocks behind. So Matthews again. Ooh, the wind's really causing a problem there. Savage trying to protect it from Cara Jones. Oh, she's done brilliantly to get out of that hole. She had 3 Wrexham players on it. Brilliant work. And Gibbard's giving it away. Nobody in front of Pugh though, which has been the problem with Llanystumdwy when they try to come forwards. Wonder if the wind will make an effect on that in the second half. I mean, Wrexham clearly are a stronger side, and that great conditioning that they have means in the last half hour you'd expect us to come on strong. But I wonder how much they can achieve as Suckley possibly offside there. Has a go. Slammed away. Fuller's there. And the ref blows for half time. Only 5 minutes added on. And that was a good game. Wrexham with the win behind us, making lots of chances, but Llanystumdwy defending superbly. And that was good to watch. Really good to watch. Wrexham have the advantage and are superior, but they've got to play into the win now and see how that affects them, whether it opens up the game for Llanystumdwy at all. Right, let's have a look at these Ask Wrexham questions and see whether I'm going to have to go back and give a history lesson on David Lloyd George. Let's hope not. Believe me, nobody wants that. Yeah, oh, Jim's saying there's someone say dragon. Oh, wow, there's some impressive dragon pictures there. But yeah, he's a little lad in a dragon onesie who's seeing through the game well. Like I said, he's taking his coat off now, so tough man, strong man, good stuff. Yeah, Jim Zeroli saying, love these early round cup games played basically on high school pitches. Curious Mark, if you can even see your shoes in the long grass. I can. It's very well maintained field, I've got to say that, and that's why it's withstood the rain. I had an issue with my shoes, as I sort of alluded to earlier, because going to the Lloyd George grave, you see, I was absent the day they taught how to tie laces, right? And in primary school, I'm often trailing a lace behind me as a result of that, which I consider to be something I should sue the education department for. So last week, my wife, Mrs. G, finally lost her patience with me and bought me a pair of those Skechers ones that you can just shove your foot straight into. And she said, that's the most expensive pair of trainers you've ever owned. Don't wreck them. But I'm sick of seeing you trailing your laces behind you and tripping over them. Oh, I agree. It was a token of love. I appreciate it. Trouble is, when you're walking up to Lloyd George's grave, you're thinking, oh, should I trail through all the sludge and mud, or will she kill me when I get home? So I got to see it properly, but I didn't take the mushy option. Al Nash, I love Port Merion number 6. If you know, you know. Oh, absolutely. Yeah, The Prisoner was filmed at Port Merion, and yeah, number 6, of course, was the main character trying to escape his mysterious captors. And it's all filmed there, and it's a remarkable place. Google it. Keep the commentary on. Keep the stream on. Google it on your phone. Come on, be decent. But yeah, it's a remarkable looking place. Right, Cookie says that apparently the storm's called Ashley. I think, was it Ruby Slippers before said that we should have a Welsh name. Yeah, Kurt Bennett, beg your pardon, says a lot less W's and L's than expected. Yeah, Ashley's not a Welsh name, is it? If you can come up with a good Welsh name for it, I'd like it. If not, I'm going to just call it Gwynfor. But surely you can do better than that. That's not got many L's in it either, is it? I'm letting it top down. High Desert Dragon, poor Del must be getting lonely all by herself down there. Yes. They always say, Wrexham fan, hopefully she brought a crossword. High Desert Dragon saying, Luxon sounds very windy on the iFollow, better keep the ball on the ground today. Well, yes, that's what I'm kind of thinking now. You sent that an hour ago, I'm saying, it is very windy. Aerial passes are carrying with the wind, because playing with the wind, against the wind, I mean, the classic cliche always used to be playing with the wind's a huge advantage because you're being pushed forwards, and obviously there are games that are very much like that. However, sometimes playing into the wind can be an advantage because those overhit passes stay in. You're allowed to, you get a bit more leeway with your long passing. The problem is if it's really strong wind, which this is threatening to be, it is really strong wind in gusts. It can actually just pen you back. Now, I don't think that's what happened in the first half. I think there's a gulf between these two teams, and I think we'll continue to dominate. But Llanystumdwy surely will get the ball forwards a bit more with the wind behind them. It's whether they can actually get bodies up in the pitch without leaving gaps at the back that we can exploit. We do have that massive advantage of being semi-pro, and as I said earlier in the commentary, apart from Cardiff and Swansea, we've often last season were running teams into the ground in the last half hour of games because we have better conditioning. So that's got to come into play here. And then likewise, we do have fresh players we can bring off the bench of the likes of Edendon and Hughes up front for a start, and then Allen and Davis. So we've got quality players who can come in, but I'm thinking particularly those attacking players are capable of coming out and fresh against a tiring defence, causing issues. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be very interesting second half. I wouldn't anticipate Wrexham having problems, but it'll be possibly a different look to it. High Desert Dragon, though, saying about Del being lonely down there. I mean, a great old-fashioned cliche about goalkeepers need to have good concentration to be switched on after a long period of inactivity. I mean, I was a goalkeeper, and I didn't think that's the case. I think it's a bit of, but for me, it's a bit of a naive reading of goalkeeping, because when you're a goalkeeping, you're essentially, I think when you go on the coaching courses, they want you to be controlling the team in front of you like they're on rods. You're organising everybody. And I never had a problem with concentration, because I felt it was my job to constantly be talking to the players in front of me, whether it's defending when the other side have the ball, or whether it's just when we go on the pitch, if I can see anything, or just giving a bit of encouragement or whatever. So yeah, I don't think that is really an issue. Goalkeepers aren't just sleeping in the edge of the box. You hear it, there's a couple of dogs here now inside the pitch. But yeah, it's I think that's a bit of a myth, as are so many of the truisms of football that you hear around here. The wind's definitely getting up more than it was. I'm thinking about my coat. I've not gone there yet, don't worry. I'm thinking about my coat. Wrexham fan Jason says, I'm coming back in March. How many bags of cheesies do I need to bring? Well, I suppose 600 to see you through the first couple of days. Of course, I may be judging that purely by what I'd want. Jim from Monticello says, too bad there isn't a Girl Scout there to sell cookies, and a nice hot cup of tea or coffee would go down well too. There is a place to sell. You can't see it on the stream, but right by the corner flag to your left is a little refreshment hut, and they were incredibly generous, because I wandered up there and they didn't take they only took cash. I had no cash on me, and bless them, one of the fans from Llanystumdwy insisted on buying me a can, which was really kind. So yeah, there is one, and as I look across, actually a good part of the crowd are there. Quite right too. Ruby Slippers, oh by the way, you'll know this is from before the game, I think, or at the very start. Ruby Slippers saying, is there a net on the goal? I can't see one on the stream. Well, they're actually, unusually, they're not matching nets. So the end that we are going to be taking towards now has got a nice bright blue and yellow stripes, whereas the net of the other one is just a plain net, which made it harder to see. Jim asking if it's a ball or a boomerang. Well, I may have said this before. If so, I apologise. But remember in the, what would it have been, late 80s, Wrexham played Bridgend in the men's team in the men's cup. The game was called off because of strong wind. In fact, it blew a strip of metal off the roof of the Kop. But the next day they played it, and the wind was amazing. The first half, we were playing into the wind and we were only winning 1-0. Second half, playing with the wind, we scored 7 goals, believe it or not. So, looks like Karen Allen's coming on. Just having a look around at who's not out there. I can't see Liv Fuller. Oh, she was possibly the best player in the first half. I hope she's... It's not much, just maybe wanting to give Alan 45 minutes of fitness. So, half-time change, hopefully not an enforced one for Wrexham. Allen replacing Fuller. Keep the arse Wrexham's coming. I'll have a look at them. I've got some videos I want to send as well. I'll stick those up later. They're from before the game, which is a bit daft, but at least I'll give you a feel for what's going on. A nice little wander around before the game. So the ref getting ready to get things going. Right, away we go. Pew Lane gets off, and that's got too much on it with the wind behind it. Is Allen getting involved early on? Ooh, Clarkson to hit that, but we know what Allen's like in those 50-50s, and she loves driving forwards, and here she goes. Oh, it's good stuff, this. Beaten free. Wasn't the best pass in the end of it all, but she tackles Roberts back well. Important foot in by Lovett. Again, a harsh handball given. Cairns now. Nice little change of feet when she played that ball, Lightfoot. She's been able to cut inside effectively. Clark is after that, but Sharp has to step in from the back. Seeing it was a change of shape with Clark higher up the pitch and Fuller's roll. Nice ball to Cairns. She might hit this. She does hit it. Scrambled away. So, Clark once more. Just didn't quite get that right. Cara Jones fights, can't keep the ball in the danger area. Ooh, Allen just slipping on that little dip in the middle of the pitch there. Love it. The wind's definitely getting up. Good scrapping by Cairns, can't come out with the ball. Clark, though, is really hoovering the ball up in the middle of the pitch. Yeah, she stepped up into the Fuller role, hasn't she? Allen playing in the middle of the centre-backs. Gibbard tries a cute ball inside the full-back, doesn't work. This is Ruby Slipper's predicted tropical storm, I think, this. Here's Lewis. Allen. Well, the wind's changed direction, but the direction of the game hasn't. Here's Allen again. Determination on her face as she drives on again. She's given real drive from the back, isn't she? Received that nicely. Oh, she's enjoying herself out there. Suckley. Cute trick. And the shot it lifts and doesn't come quite down in time. Good strike that by Suckley. And again, Allen marauding forwards. So the wind behind it, getting good distance on that, Matthews. Pritchard puts her out of play. Morgan now. She had a conversation whether to hand over the armband to Allen at half time. Allen said no. And here is Allen now again. She's dominating this half, isn't she? Suckley. Nicely done. Good idea, but again, too much on it. And Lacey again is eager to get out to those balls on the extremities of the penalty area. I like her mobility. She really makes her mind up and goes. That's what you've got to do as a keeper. Allen. Here's Pritchard now. Gives it away. Jones trying to dig her way through. Cleared up by Clark. Sharp. 50-50. Cairns does well. Very well. Can she get her head up and find her teammate? Yes. Suckley. Good reverse ball. Cairns goes for the corner. Keeper gets across well. Allen. It's just misjudged. Wrexham continuing to dominate this. Cara Jones, nice drag back. Good return pass. Pritchard can deliver now. Corner. Yeah, we continue to look very threatening. Clark will make that hers. Can't keep the shot down. And Lacey then again to hand over the ball for the goal kick. Phoebe Davison doing quite a lot of warming up as a prelude to getting some minutes under her belt. She came back from injury last Sunday, of course, and you don't want her to come on if she's not fully ready, so she's doing quite a lot of strenuous warm-ups for the last couple of minutes. Sharp. Nice layoff by Cairns. That's a bit much. That's brilliantly kept in though by Pritchard. Now Cara Jones has a sight of goal here. She wants to. Ball didn't carry for her well, and the chip didn't quite come off. She wins it back at work. Now here's Pritchard again. Past Ephraim. Good work in the 6-yard box to get it cleared by Savage. Jones. Good block again. Jones once more. Just wide. Unlucky. I should say just wide. It's a throw, is it? Lightfoot. Give it a look for that. Allen now. Lightfoot again pushed up, Lovett rather, pushed up to go overload with Lightfoot, but Allen's driving through once more. Pritchard is a target. Cairns have made their way into the box. But again, Wrexham was smothering pressure, but not really being able to carve out the chances. Suckley does well on the turn, that's good. Into a good area too, and Cairns makes it 3. Good work that by Suckley. Great surge down the flank. And Cairns gets a second goal for Wrexham. Straightforward finish for her, in all honesty. Side footing it home. And Wrexham's domination is rewarded with another goal. But good to see Suckley able to do that, surging past players. Yeah, simple finish for Cairns, wasn't it? But great wing play. Suckley always looks to make things happen, doesn't she? And she certainly did there. Wrexham 3 goals look good. Allen now. Looking for Suckley, who gets in front. Well, it's a lovely touch. Lightfoot now driving forwards. Good strength and determination by Lightfoot. His body checked, ref plays advantage. Gibbons. Early ball by Clark, so Pritchard's got another chance to have a go at Ephraim and beats her. She's done well against her in the second half. It's got a lot on it, but nearly is kept in and steered towards goal, the far post. Unlucky. Love it. With an important touch. Cairns fighting for it. Wrexham's penning him in the corner again. Oof. Powerful hit that by Suckley. Typical strike by Suckley. Couldn't get on target, but she loves having a go. And Wrexham, looks like Suckley and Cara Jones are coming off, and we know what that means. Hughes and Iddenden will surely come on, and that is the case. So Wrexham's usual front 2 come on. Can they add that cutting edge against a tiring defence, but determined defence? So 2 strikers off, 2 strikers on. Iddenden and Hughes coming on for Cara Jones and Ava Suckley. They'll get a good 35-minute run out here. Love it. Allen. Iddenden, of course, still looking for a first Wrexham goal, despite how good she's looked in her early Wrexham career. Lightfoot, good first touch. She'll hit this. Good block. Hughes can't quite get to that loose ball. So, ball in again. Iddenden might latch onto that. She does. Great save. Pritchard does well to knock the rebound in. Lacey's so unlucky there. It was a terrific save to deny Iddenden, but Pritchard's typical wholeheartedness just hurled herself at that. And Wrexham get another 2 goals in the space of a couple of minutes, and that's a bit more like that breathing space they were hoping for. Pritchard had no fear there when she hurled herself in. Iddenden denied that first goal by a fine save by Lacey. Did ever so well from close range. So you see the wind affecting that kick, but it does give Llanystumdwy a chance to just box Wrexham in if they want to. And it looks like they don't. Then midfield wants to sit in front of that defence, and so they allow Wrexham to come at them. Allen, Clark dropping off. That's nice. Hughes has dropped off to receive. Here she is, and that's a nice pass. Good run inside by Pritchard. Cairns, this is a good move there. Snappy passing. Important challenge by Ephraim though. Definitely not a foul. Morgan. Here comes Allen. Love it so well to make that. Cairns. Nice again. Nice triangles. Cairns allowed space. She might have a go. Doesn't get it right. Yeah, I want to see the Opta stats on how many times Del Morgan's touched it with her hands. I'm not thinking many. The Opta man is standing on his own in a blue jacket on the hill on the far side of the pitch. You can always see him. He's got his supercomputer with him. That evades everybody, innit? Well, the ref may have to stop this. Bang on the head then as Sharp went up. Inadvertently just caught Perry. Chance to have a look at some more Ask Wrexhams. Al Nash quite right. A lot of this team are no strangers to open windy pitches. The roast ground has given them a hardcore understanding for these conditions. Yeah, that's true. I saw a nice, what was it from the club actually, a tweet saying about how many of the team that played at Rotherham yesterday were part of the team that beat Boreham Wood in the National League promotion clincher. And again, when you look across this team, even though we have brought in some players in our 2 seasons in the top league, there's a lot of these players who we know stranger to Ponky Banks. There's Casey Sharp, one of them. Morgan in goal. Sharp. Let Allen take over once more. She and Clark have exchanged passes nicely, and Clark looked very tidy in midfield. That's nice. Clark looking at the through ball. Gibbons is just too strong, but she still gets the meaningful ball in and wins a corner. You know, Clark in midfield is interesting to see. I mean, my understanding was that she was looked at more as a centre mid. Oh, that's a clever idea, and Clark scores her first goal for Wrexham. Lovely, lovely goal that. Brilliant touch by Cairns. A quick corner. You suspect it was something that we might have been working on because of the way that Erin Lovett was just charging at the pitch to try and get involved in it. She didn't get there in time. It didn't matter because Cairns flicked it back. And a lovely finish by Clark, just in the middle of my speech praising her. That is a fine finish, 5-0 that. But Cairns' flick, beautiful. And now, it's going to be a change on either side. Phoebe Davis is ready to come on. Llanystumdwy bringing off. Well, firstly, beg your pardon. So Sarah O'Hara and Joe Cunnan come on, and Harad Perry goes off, and so did Sian Morgan Price, and Phoebe Davis replaces Erin Lovett. Here's Roberts now trying to drive forward. Davis's first involvement is to show her strength and hold off Pritchard. Morgan to Price. not the easiest ball for Clark, as she's done tidied it up well. Yeah, I was saying before about Clark. I mean, my understanding was she was brought in more to play midfield. All the injuries are at centre back. She's been playing at centre back, and it looks good. But you see it here, and you can really see the quality she has as a central midfield player. She's moved the ball around nicely. It's Pritchard again as well. Beats Ephraim. Beats Matthews. 2 ref plays advantage. Nasty ball across the face. Oh, Lightfoot's kept it alive, I think. No, Paul Pritchard's going to have to chase her again. Clark's offering. Sharp comes up in support. Long range effort. Well charged down. She's still scrapping for it. And again. And again. Heart shown at the back by the home team. Davis. Gibbard played into a crowded area again. Llanystumdwy are doing that well, getting things tight in the middle of the pitch. Davis back inside once more, and Clark had to be sharp there. Pugh's quick. Clark had to be at full extension to deal with it. She's been alone up front quite a lot of the time. Pugh's worked very hard. Ooh, a bit of a scuff by Allen, but typically she's back on it once more, and that looks like a foul. Ref plays on. Okay, here's Sharp. Allen can't believe it. On her knees looking up at the ref. Clark feeds her in. Didn't see it coming. And can't find Eddington as a result. Wrexham all the way is appreciating the view that we're getting on the stream. Likes the camera work, because now we're kicking at that end. So nice camera view in the second half of the church in the background. Steve Dale, all the attendees by the snack van, and the funky blue and yellow net. So we're doing a good aesthetic job here. Jason saying that he's excited to visit the Rock and see a game in January. That's great. Just got a pause now, some cramp. So poor Matthews, who's been really good at the back for them, but she's taken a bit of a battering. Clark with the header. Eddington. Cairns forces the ball out of play. Well won again by Clark. She's been so good in the second half. Savage clears Sharp. Gibbard tightly played. Pritchard running from deep, but she's really been beating Ephraim. That's a nasty ball then. Can Lightfoot finish? Well, she couldn't, but Cairns could. It was scrappy, but Pritchard's quality on the ball then, the ball in, caused all sorts of issues, and that was what led to the goal, wasn't it? She's really enjoyed the second half. She's been getting at Ephraim, getting past her comfortably, and that was a nasty cross in. Lightfoot did well to keep her alive, and all of a sudden Brooke Cairns, having doubled her tally for Wrexham, is on a hat-trick. A shot from the kick-off, and that Morgan uses her hands. I haven't seen much of that. We should have put a goal notification up on social media. Morgan touches ball with hands. Lightfoot just comes inside to find space and turns nicely. Good ball for Eddington. Just doesn't quite drop in her path, but she can roll it inside. Cairns is there, offside. Oh, she finished it well for a hat-trick as well, but yeah. There was a big shout the moment that pass was played, and the ref agrees. So Wrexham enjoying the second half, really starting to establish their control in the game. Here's Clark. Hiddenden dropping off. Clark feeds it over the top. Pritchard using their pace well. Couldn't quite get that. Is Sharp. Clark. Punchy ball out wide. Hughes looking to make it something of it. The bench were asking for a penalty there. It was certainly contact, but Hughes wasn't interested. Hiddenden stuck down it nicely. Lightfoot can hit this. Again, a great block. Savage this time. Cairns. Purposeful. Drills it. Blocked. She wants that hat trick, doesn't she? Clark's done well to watch that dropping ball. Underhits that one though. Clark in again, good foot in. Hiddenden trying to backheel it Keighley. Here's Pritchard once more. Ephraim's managed to get there. I think Pritchard just caught Ephraim. To be fair, the Llanystumdwy fullback didn't ask for a foul, but the crowd did, and the ref decided to agree. He's been quite sort of hair trigger with physical contact, this ref. But the game was flowed because there hasn't been much in terms of foul play, to be fair. So, free kick. Llanystumdwy straight back to Wrexham. Allen strong there. Made sure she wasn't dispossessed. Phoebe Davis. Yeah. To Gibbard. Not much pressure on the ball in midfield just there as Gibbard now comes forwards. It's a decent foot in though by O'Hara. Sharp pulls it down. Sharp again venturing forwards. Pritchard's out wide. That's a nice first touch by Hughes. Slats it in. Hiddenden, great chance. Oh, she's at the post. She just can't get that first goal. Clark. Again a good ball. Hughes pins the defenders. Unlucky. She had a case there. Some of the fouls ref's been given. She had a case for something there. Wow, look at the wind effect, that one. Clark. Hiddenden. Pritchard once more. Oh, Pritchard has caused so many problems in the second half. She seems to be taking a slightly deeper starting position to get her a chance to run at Ephraim. And she's causing her all sorts of problems. Hiddenden really should have scored, shouldn't she, from that opportunity? She's waiting for the pull back and gets it. Will she hit it from distance? Good contact, important block right in front of the keeper. There's some 6 goals to the good and piling it on. Short options offered, not used. Cairns misses a hit kick. Allen, and that's Phoebe Davis scoring. You don't get many of them to the pound. Allen scuffed her shot and Phoebe Davis, back from injury, knocks the ball home. That's great to see. So, Phoebe Davis, prolific as ever. Yeah, Allen had the chance, missed it. She's just chatting to her about that. And Davis sweeps it home. Oh, that's great to see. So, Llanystumdwy to restart once more. Allen doesn't take that cleanly, but look at the strength and mobility she's got to win that back and battle away. Good work by Perry to get it eventually. Allen's got away from the danger, and there's Rosie Hughes getting back from the back to help out. That's an indication of how this team works for each other. Throw in then, just inside the Wrexham half. Iddenden now. Griffiths has got Lightfoot wide, but she's got more players over to the right. Lightfoot have a chance now to put that in. There's 3 players at the far post. Nicely in. Rosie Hughes. Oh, first touch let her down. Pritchard now. Oh, again, they just managed to repel this. Big shot for handball against Hughes then. Wasn't given. But she'd be so frustrated, the ball moving in the wind, she couldn't quite read it. Sharp just launches it back in. Iddenden scrapping. Good work by Roberts back there, but she runs into trouble. Clark now. Oh, it's another scramble. Iddenden, can she sort her feet out? She's done well to get it back to Pritchard. Gibbard now, immediately pressure on her, but a spark in the defending here by Llanystumdwy. Phoebe Davis looking for more. Chips it over the top for Hughes. It's good strength that. Just to barge her off the ball. So, triple change now. So let's see. Coming on, we've got Leonie O'Hara. And Gwen Davis. And Sophie Evans coming on. Ephraim comes off. He's had a real hard time against Pritchard in the second half. And also Ella Jones, who's worked exceptionally hard in midfield, made a lot of important interventions in her penalty area. So Pritchard gets a new player to run up against in Leonie O'Hara. I beg your pardon. Yeah, Leonie O'Hara. Well, let's see how that pans out. Another good contact on the set piece from Matthews. Clark. Gibbard's available, but Iddenden instead loves that turn, doesn't she? Brings Clark into it. Looking for Gibbard, just overhead. Pritchard now. Sharp. Allen. And it's good hard work by Pugh. Allen's always in control of that. And now she's making herself available and small, but Sharp goes forward sensibly to Clark. Pritchard's bursting down the flank. Clark finds it. So Pritchard's first chance to have a go to O'Hara. And she delivers again! And Iddenden has got her first goal. Pritchard again. Brilliant stuff. Lacey had to go for it, but it was a difficult one to go for. And Iddenden at last has got that first goal for Wrexham. She had a third bite of the apple since she's come on. But Wrexham get another. But again, Pritchard, she's having a Ryan Barnett sort of day in terms of assists, isn't she? Llanystumdwy have, like I said, been gutsy. I've shown heart. But I can't help feeling Wrexham could win this. Morgan. Pritchard to Hughes. That's well judged tackle. And Hughes looked his shape past her. And again, Matthews doing well in the heart of the defence. Clark. Iddenden again with space. Good ball in. Oh, just behind Hughes. But a lovely finish by Rosie Hughes. Vintage work by her. The cross is behind her and it didn't deter her at all. Just dug it out. Great dink. Quality goal. His second of the season. And that was a classy piece of finishing. Clark, difficult one, took it well. Allen. Pritchard. Took on too much there. Lost the throw. In fact, it goes Llanystumdwy's way. It was aggressive play by Davis. And Pugh forces another throw in higher up the pitch. So Matthews, good distance on that. Davis had to be alert. Sharp. Inden and Hughes look to combine. Hughes, cute idea, and Inden's got that. She's got Ken's wide open down the flank and sees it. Her vision's so good, isn't it, Inden? Hughes now. Plays the through ball. Oh, flag stayed down. Lacey's managed to get there. Oh, it's a defender. And Cairns doesn't get a hat-trick somehow. Looked like a tap-in. A mad scramble. Cairns was there for a hat-trick. Wow. Corner anyway, right-hand side. Gibbard again over to take it. He's put some goals into good areas in the second half. A flat one looking for Clark. Pritchard's got a lot of time now to turn and put this one back in or use Morgan. Ball play between the lines, Cairns. Pritchard. Another ball in. Inden can't reach. Lightfoot's battling away. Again, that defence is so stubborn. And credit to them, they've managed to get it away. Davis to Inden. She made the space. Allen. Clark. That's a nice idea. Gibbard couldn't quite get there. Inden trying to just force it through for her. Sharp now. That's nice. Space for Allen. Closed down by Pugh. Also got past it nicely. Here's Rosie Hughes dropping deep. Inden keeps it alive. Looking for Cairns. Didn't anticipate that. Hughes. Inden. Oh, it's a great turn. Good save. Inden. Great setup play. Did really well. Terrific turn. Decent strike as well. But, again, Lacey is there. And fair play, she's made a lot of saves today. Corner, right-hand side. Gibbers pulls it back for Cairns. Nearly dropped for Allen again. Gutsy defending. Gibbard again. Short option offered by Cairns. That's into a good area. Davis can't quite reach it. Lightfoot will keep it in. Oh, not sure she has. No, she hasn't. Yeah. The ref hasn't. The ref doesn't realise. The ball goes on, and well, he's given offside anyway. But yeah, the flag's up for a long time. It was Dave Williams putting the flag up, our own goalie coach. So let's be honest, that shows how far out it must have been. Clark again, making it hers. Hughes, good vision, looking for it and didn't get it right. Free kick. She was caught as she tried to turn it around the corner. It was the right idea, wasn't it? She's enjoying herself out there, Rosie, isn't she? She's looking really sharp, looking to link with it and got the goal as well, which I think is important for her. So Wrexham looking for a 10th. Cairn stands on it. It's a long way out, but there's a 3-player wall. It's pretty narrow, but well, she's gone towards goal and hasn't got enough on that. Boy, she'd love a hat-trick. Imagine Phoebe Davies nearly got an end to that corner a minute ago. Her on a hat-trick, that'd be awesome. That's something I could get behind. Here's Pritchard once more. Overhit that for once, but she's been a terrific influence in the second half. Let's have a look at some of the other scores. Aberystwyth are winning 6-0 at Rill. Ooh, Llandudno 2, Connors Key 3. I'm rooting for Mia Roberts' team in that one. TNS are winning 6-0 at Pwllheli. That's Lightfoot, good strength. Liddon's arriving at the far post. Davis again up the pitch. Rosie Hughes, will she hit it? Yes, she will. And the keeper again has to get across and save with her legs. Swansea University are often giant killers in this competition, but they're losing 4-1 at home to Carmarthen. That's into a great area. Pritchard hits it, but hits across it. Cardiff Met look like they're going out. They're losing at home to fellow Adran Premier team Barrytown. Now here's a score to conjure with. Don't get too excited, but Penclouth 2, Cardiff City 5. Cardiff are not as convincing as they have been previously, are they? Johnstown are winning 5-2 at Cambrian United. Can we get a derby in the next round? Oh, Allen caught out, and now here's an opportunity. But Allen gets back very quickly. No foul, says the ref. Good strength. So Morgan expected that back pass then from Clark, but yeah, good recovery up by Allen. Pritchard now. Oh, it's another slack ball. Pugh. Return pass isn't going to find it, but she can put pressure on Sharp. Morgan finds Clark, and now Wrexham maybe can come forward with 4 Llanystumdwy players up the pitch. Cairns cutting inside nicely. Didn't show that much alacrity, Wrexham there. Got a 9-goal lead, of course. Clark. Lightfoot. Endon wants it played into a path. Lightfoot runs into space, Indian created. And looks for the reverse. Yeah, but she was fouled as she was driving through. There was real heavy contact on her from behind. Ref's right to stop play. Free kick. Well, Cairns had a goal from similar range, but this time Clark's on it. She didn't get much on it, did she? Phoebe Davis lurking square. Give it to her. Square it to her. Let her thump it. 4-player wall this time. Gibbons is goal side of her marker. Clark squares, does square it. Lightfoot. Good contacts. Good save. Lacey did well. Got up. Got a right hand to it. Wrexham continuing to push on, looking for double figures. That's another good ball in. Oh, cleared off the line, and eventually it is in. And Hughes gets Wrexham into double figures, their second goal of the game. The scramble, and in the end, yeah, it falls to Rosie Hughes, and she shows us how it's done. So yeah, 10 goals for Wrexham. The job's really been well done here, and like I said, having played well but not got the goals we need in the league, hopefully a few players now will feel they're getting their season going. Hughes has 2, Inden's got 1. Here's Karen Allen. Phoebe Davis has also got 1, of course, brilliantly. Clark. Sharp now. Under hit though, Edmund can't get there. Sharp will come forwards again. Hughes is asking for it on the flank. Lightfoot instead comes inside well. He's got herself some good positions in this game. Might wish she had more than the opening goal to her credit. Edmund. And then Pritchard. Good first touch. Just took her beyond. Hughes is looking very wide on the right hand side, looking to find space and make a surprise entry into the box. It's interesting. Here's he's started to go. Llanystumdwy determined not to let another one in. That's a nice idea by Edmund. Hughes doesn't get there. Clark feeding it back in. Keeper's got to get there and manages to do so. Lightfoot gets clattered in the process. But like I said, Lacey's very decisive off her line, and has cleared up a lot of awkward situations through being that. Cramp again, striking for Llanystumdwy. But I tell you what, okay, they've let in double figures, but they have shown a lot of guts. They have battled hard. Feels a bit cruel being 10-0, quite frankly, but you know, there's no space for sentiment in sport, is there? But nonetheless, they've shown a lot of heart and really have fought to the end. Okay, they've let in 8 second-half goals, but I really would not say that they've caved at any point. They have battled and tried to get their heads up. And although they've taken a heavy defeat, hopefully they can take a bit out of this. It's been the difficulty getting any sort of threat or possession in Wrexham's half has been the major issue for them. But in terms of their grit and their willingness to defend, and considering how much of the game has been played in their defensive third, hats off to them. Sharp to Allen. Davis. Gibbard now. Again, Hughes in that very wide position. Unmarked this time. He's dragged Savage out to try and keep an eye on her, and it's causing confusion for them. And here's Eddington, and she got another. I really think Hughes' positioning was key in that then. Savage, right side, the centre back, was in the sort of left back position trying to cover Hughes, because she's in such a strange spot on the pitch, is out wide on the right hand side, and as a consequence Eden was up against a scrappy defence and gets another. 11 to Wrexham. 3 players are on a hat-trick now, although time obviously is running out dramatically. And that is the final whistle. Wrexham win 11-0, and yeah, dominated from start to finish. But having said that, gutsy from Llanystumdwy, who were determined to fight hard, and even though they struggled, like I said, to keep the ball in the Wrexham half, struggled to get the ball through in midfield, to get bodies up the pitch, but nonetheless Wrexham were impressive, especially in the second half, in a game played in very strong winds. Wrexham with the wind behind us in the first half only got the 2 goals. The opener from Lightfoot, nice half volley at the far post, and then a goal from Liv Fuller, who went off at half time. Hopefully that wasn't a serious injury or an injury. Hopefully it's just giving other people minutes. But yeah, she came off, but she'd already hit a terrific strike with the wind behind her into the top corner. Brilliant goal. In the second half, the pattern of the game didn't change, even though Wrexham were playing against the wind, and as a consequence of that, the goals started to come in as Wrexham's fitness really paid. Clark struck a good goal from the edge of the box. Cairns slotted one in. Phoebe Davis off the bench came and scored a rare one from close range. Eden got her first goal for the club. Rosie Hughes chipped in a real beauty and then got another, and Eden followed up with the 11th. So Wrexham in the end winning 11-0. 2 goals each for Cairns, Hughes and Eden, and as the players have their huddle on the side of the pitch, that is a really good job done by Wrexham. Hit the woodwork a few times as well. Suckley from close range in the first half. Eden 1-on-1 with the keeper in the second. Lacey battled away, but I'm not complaining. I'll take the result. I feel it's reasonable enough.
Yeah, 11-0 is pretty good.
11-0, yeah, absolutely. So Wrexham through to the next round, and let's see who we get there. I want Johnstown away. That's what I'm after. With a final score of Llanystumdwy 0, Wrexham 11. I'm Mark Griffiths from Wrexham AFC. There you go.